I'd say that the biggest product coming out of Samsung's big Unpacked event in Seoul is actually the smaller of its two flip phones. I'm talking about the Galaxy Z Flip 5. Even though it's a smaller phone physically than the Z Fold 5, the changes coming to it I think are more substantial. Now, if you're confused by the fact that Samsung has two different types of folding phones, the Fold basically opens up almost like a tablet and then in half like this, and it's got a nice outer screen that's almost the size of a phone all on its own. The Flip, on the other hand, is a little bit more of a traditional, almost a clamshell phone, almost like an old Razor, where it opens up like this and you get a screen that, again, feels a little bit like your iPhone or your other smartphone screen, maybe a little bit on the narrow side, and then it folds down into a very nice compact square, and it's got its own little outer screen on the outside. Now that's the big difference, I think, between this year's Flip 5 and the previous Flip 4. That one also had a screen on the outside when you folded it down, but it was very small and was not particularly practical. The newer version, the Z Flip 5, actually has a much bigger screen on the outside that can do a lot more and feels more useful. The other big difference is inside. Last year you had a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. This year it has been upgraded along with the Fold to a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. So actually both of these new phones have the same processor inside. Another cool thing about the Flip is that it really recognizes when you fold it not all the way in half, but halfway in half in that kind of clamshell mode, and does some pretty unique stuff there. For example, if you're using the camera app, it can recognize that you folded it not all the way, and it takes the preview screen and puts it on the top half and gives you some controls on the lower half. And then you can almost set it up like a selfie station, and you put it over here and you can see yourself and you see the controls. You can set the timer, step back, pose, take your picture. It's a lot easier than just trying to eyeball it or setting the timer and hoping for the best. Of course, like every phone, there's still a crease in the middle. It's unavoidable. No one has solved this problem yet. I will say, having played with the Fold 5 and the Flip 5 side by side, I found the crease on the Flip 5 to be a little bit less noticeable than the one on the Fold 5, where you really have the bigger screen, bigger crease. If the light catches it, it's really hard to ignore. Here it seems a little easier to live with, although I will say, anybody who makes folding phones, this is not a problem that has been solved yet, and I think it's going to take a few more generations until we totally figure this out. The Galaxy Z Flip 5 is coming soon. It's going to start at $999 and be available in a couple of different configuration options with different amounts of storage. Of course, Samsung will make cool cases for it available too, and you'll be able to get it starting later this summer.